Welcome, everybody. Today we are going to cut through the noise and we're going to go to a step-by-step system really on how to protect your muscle, to support your metabolism, and to really make protein simple, especially in this era where maybe your appetite is down, you're having lower portions, smaller, but at the same time, your muscle is more valuable than ever. Hey everybody, I'm Chanel Cosette Jepson, Senior VP here at Singular for Product Development, but I'm also a functional nutritionist and a biochemist. So as I formulate supplements, I really think of the end user and how we can make a product that will fit seamlessly into their lifestyle with a flavor that's absolutely craveable and with results you can see and feel. And so we'll talk a little bit about products, but also just overall, this is your peptide protein playbook. Going into it, peptides, they are going to make fat loss quite a bit easier. However, protein is what makes your muscle results sustainable. Okay. So I want you to think of just how important this is. And it's not even just important for people who are on a GLP-1. This is also incredibly important for people who are midlife, that perimenopause, menopause, post-menopause phases. Because as you age, your muscle is going to go down, and that can cause sarcopenia. And sarcopenia really leads to a lot of other issues. And so we want to protect muscle at all costs. That's primary, like that is the primary focus for your metabolism and really to keep you healthy into those later years. And so we want to make sure that we protect muscle at all costs. And this is the playbook to do just that. All right, so protein equals your metabolism. So muscle is going to burn 3 to 5 times more calories than fat. So if you are able to reduce fat and increase muscle, you will actually burn more calories just at resting. Protein also is going to help stabilize your satiety hormones. So all of these amazing hormones that are produced in your gut, protein helps stabilize those GLP-1, CCK, and PPY. Higher protein also means higher thermogenesis. And when you want to preserve that lean mass, especially when you're in a caloric deficit. So if you're sitting there and you're like, well, Chanel, I'm not on a peptide, but you are trying to lose weight, you do still want to preserve your lean mass because that's what's going to help you burn more calories at rest and also just preserve your metabolism as a whole. But now talking about peptides, and how they are incorporated at this is really they are incredible appetite control. But one of the things they don't do is they don't protect your muscle for you. And so you do have to be very proactive in protecting your muscle from loss. And that loss doesn't come from peptides. That loss actually comes from like the caloric deficit. You're eating less, so you're naturally getting in less protein. And so you just have to have a really conscious effort. And that is why I'm so excited to have this protein playbook for you. Just really easy ways for you to sneak in more protein throughout your day. So here is going to be our like protein target, okay? You need at least zero point 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. So if you are 150 pounds, you need 120 grams of protein a day. If you want a little cheat on how to calculate that, just head over to singular.com, use the search bar, search clear protein, and there is a protein calculator within that page. Just scroll down a couple times and you will see it, and that can help you calculate really how much protein you are going to need throughout the day. Our protein really stabilizes those satiety hormones. It's going to reduce craving. It's going to help with blood sugar, and also with muscle protein synthesis. Without it, you could lose weight, but not really the weight you want to lose. All right, so moving on to really what's going to trigger that muscle protein synthesis. So one of the things that we found through scientific research is the 20-gram trigger. This study found that if you were to drink 20 grams of whey protein before a meal, on average, it would reduce your caloric intake by 200 calories, improve your blood sugar response, and also help with your gastric emptying before your food even arrives. So this is a hack that you can implement right now, today, in order to reduce your calories without even trying, really. All you have to do is you just take one scoop of your whey protein, drink it 20 minutes, about 20 minutes before a meal, and you are actually going to eat less calories, and you're also more likely to hit your protein goals. So if you think about it, say you were to drink a whey protein shake, your clear protein 20 minutes before two meals a day. So that reduced your caloric intake by 400 calories. Now you take that 400 times it by seven, right? Now your caloric reduction in just a week, just by this one simple hack. Just one simple hack that's absolutely delicious every day. And you're going to be reducing your caloric intake and really supporting your weight loss goals while also supporting your protein goals. So super easy to implement. I would love to see in the comments really what's your flavor, your mix up. I'm actually drinking frosted lemonade with an island slush right now, and it is so good. I call this my metabolic mocktail because it does have my protein, but then it also has my trim sticks, which helps with blood sugar balance, right? And satiety hormones and helping my body to feel full while also providing fiber, which we're really deficient in. So this is just a really easy way to have less calories, more protein every day without having to change too much. And some of the times I find that if you don't have to overhaul your life, if you're just able to add in one thing and it's just protein, drink whey protein before meals. If that's the one thing you do, that's going to make a huge difference. All right, so here's kind of our playbook overview. Here is what you should be doing to really hit your protein goals. So, first thing first, protein in the morning 20 to 30 grams of protein, or at least 2.5 grams of leucine. So, for example, our Clear Protein Plus. In one 20-gram scoop, you're going to get 2.5 grams of leucine. That is what's triggering muscle. Okay. And however, if you're somebody who you want eggs for breakfast, right? You need roughly four eggs to equal the same amount of leucine. So just keep that in mind, but you do want protein first thing in the morning. Now also incorporating 20 grams of protein before meals. That's going to be huge. Then we have our 30-gram anchors. So whether it's eggs in the morning, you get 30 grams of protein there, whether it is a steak at night or a chicken breast or fish or whatever that is. For those food-based ones, you do want to get around 30 grams of protein because they don't have as much leucine as clear protein does. So with those, you do want them to be about 30-gram anchors. And then protein boosters. These are like little things to boost your protein throughout the day. And then I'm going to talk about micro movements. All right, so if I was to habit stack my day, and habit stacking is when you take something that you're already doing every day and you add something to it to make it really simple. So if you are drinking coffee every morning, add a scoop of a scoop of unflavored collagen into your coffee. Um, Add vanilla protein. Add protein to your coffee. That is the one of the easiest ways to habit stack. Also, it's going to help with your cortisol levels. One of the worst things we can do is our cortisol naturally spikes in the morning, which is normal, but we do want that to come down. If it's already spiked in the morning and then you're adding caffeine on top of that, you're double spiking it. And so we want protein and fats to bring that down. So adding in collagen into into your coffee is a great way to do it. Drinking your clear protein before meals throughout the day. This is going to be huge. Smoothies, adding in your chocolate, your vanilla protein, your collagen. It's actually really cool. You can add, like I actually add my pina colada collagen onto my frosted lemonade protein, or I'll do a gut glow and I'll do blue raspberry clear protein with the triple berry prebiotic plus pina colada collagen. And those three products, not only do they help me be regular, get in my fiber, support my microbiome, but they are also supporting my metabolism, and they're also going to help me hit my protein target. In fact, one study showed that if you add collagen to your whey protein, it will even further support muscle protein synthesis. Another great way is Greek yogurt. I also add collagen into Greek yogurt. So these are just ways of taking, like, you're going to take your cup and you're going to drink throughout the day. So you might as well add your protein to it, right? You're going to have your coffee, add in your collagen. If you're going to have yogurt, also add in your collagen, or even clear protein for unflavored yogurt. Like a lemonade yogurt is so delicious. So these are just some of those ways that you can habit stack and get more protein out of your day. All right, the next one is protein boosters. So you have your anchor meals. So say you eat 3 meals a day. What are other things that you can be doing in order to boost protein? Um, on here, I have a scoop of collagen and pumpkin seeds, but I want you to think of those together. Collagen is not a complete protein. It lacks one amino acid called tryptophan, which pumpkin seeds are very high in tryptophan. So what I do is I will, while I'm drinking a peach mango collagen, I will also be having an ounce of pumpkin seeds. And that makes for a complete protein and also helps me switch it up. Plus, I have all the beauty benefits of my collagen plus muscle protein synthesis, plus the fiber and the benefits in pumpkin seeds. So I really love that snack. Edamame, I love edamame. It's just an easy way. Cottage cheese, you guys, cottage cheese is having its moment. There are so many recipes out there with cottage cheese, but it's just really easy to like grab and go. I love peaches on mine. Greek yogurt is another way to sneak in protein. You can use Greek yogurt. You can use this instead of sour cream, and that adds boost of protein onto whatever you're eating that you would normally do sour cream. Greek yogurt is also going to be great in salad dressings and also to boost your protein there. So there are some ways to sneak that in. And of course, beloved clear protein. It's just so easy, especially if you are on a GLP-1 because it tastes just like a juice. It has no, it doesn't, it's not thick, it's not creamy, just the texture is just really easy for those on a peptide. All right, now going to kind of your 30-gram anchor meals, okay? So you still, as much as I love whey protein, I'm my fan favorite. And in fact, I have quite a lot of my protein comes from that because I'm really busy, right? I have a career and I also have toddlers. And so it's just very busy. And sometimes my anchor meals, it's not as easy to get in. So for breakfast, my husband actually makes me a smoothie every morning. And then I have lunch and then dinner. Those kind of end up being my like a little bit more robust meals. So you would need to have, in order to have 30 grams of protein, about 4 to 5 ounces of chicken, 4 to 5 ounces of turkey. That's going to be really easy this week, right? Going into Thanksgiving. And then we have 4 to 5 ounces of salmon, 1.5 cups of Greek yogurt, and depending on the cottage cheese, you're going to get about 1 cup of cottage cheese can have 30 grams, just depending on the brand. But having in variety, you definitely want to get a variety because different meats have also different different nutrients in them that can really support you on wellness. So I think of every main meal having your anchor protein. So when you sit down tomorrow, first thing first, get your 4 to 5 ounces of turkey or ham or whatever is like your protein anchor of choice. Uh, but even before you sit down for that meal, drinking in your 20 grams of protein. So if you were to drink in that, and then you're to have your 30, right? That's 50 grams of protein. And you'll see how quickly it is to hit those protein targets when you do this. It's really hard to hit your protein targets without a whey protein. All right, so that is, and all of this is going to help you to feel really full. So when I worked with patients who needed to lose weight, I always focus on adding things, never focusing on what to take away. I don't say, oh, you can't have that, or you can't have that, or no to this. I think, no, add this to it. So take the diet that you're doing right now and add whey protein, add your clear protein before your meal. add in anchor protein into your meals. And then you'll naturally find when you do that, you stop craving all the other stuff. And naturally, you lose weight just through nourishing your body the way you need to. Now, this has nothing to do with protein, but everything to do with muscle protein synthesis. So, if you are a busy person, you just don't have a lot of time in the day, I call this my micro movement playbook. Three times three times three. So, three moves for 3 minutes, three times a day. This can be so easy. And this may sound incredibly nerdy, and you are absolutely free to judge me for this. But one of the things I do is even in the shower, because my hair takes a very long time, I will actually do calf raises and it helps get your lymphatic system moving as well as muscle. I'll do air squats, push ups, even counter push ups in my kitchen, right? Glute bridges, if you know what those are, wall sits, calf raises, planks. If you're able to do like three moves for 3 minutes, three times a day, that body movement is going to help you to build muscle. You do this in conjunction with hitting your protein targets, and this is an excellent way to protect your muscle through aging or rapid weight loss because you really don't need gym time to signal muscle. You need frequent mechanical tension, like really targeted movements. And these micro movements, these are going to help with insulin sensitivity and improve lean mass and even improve your glucose uptake and really support your GLP-1 function. So, three movements, 3 minutes, three times a day. And it does not take a lot of time, right? And just do those on a lunch break before, after work, however you can fit those in or put them together, however you need to do it. So here is your checklist. Here are the things that you should be doing. Morning protein, 20 grams before meals, your 30-gram protein anchors, some booster combinations like collagen and pumpkin seeds, three movements, 3 minutes, three times a day, and then just making sure you're hitting that zero point 0.8 grams per pound protein target. This checklist this checklist protects your muscle, your mood, your metabolism, and really your long term results. If you're able to do these 5 things, you're playing the long game, not to lose and rebound again. Fat loss can be passive. When you're on a GLP-1, you can just, without even having to think, start to lose fat. But muscle is intentional. You have to work for that. And by working for that is going to be doing those 5 things in order to make sure that you're protecting the muscle you have and building lean mass as you go in later on in your life. And this is really going to help protect you and help with your longevity and your metabolism through midlife and beyond. You guys, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited for you guys to have this protein playbook because I'm telling you, if you are able to take at least one thing today and do it, and then do it for a week, add another thing, do it for another week, like start adding these things into your daily routine, and they are the most simplest way to hit your goals. Thank you so much for having me. I hope you have a great holiday season. Love your guts. Bye.